Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to my panel and fellow friends. Before I begin with the presentation of my final year project, um, I would like to introduce my supervisor, which is Prof. Madya Dr. Angzasari binti Mohamed Kasim, and also my co-supervisor, which is Dr. Mariam Firdaus binti Mat Nordin. My name is Mohamed Arsyad bin Mohamed Mansor, with metric number CN190026. So the title of my final year project is the extraction of Curcuma species and Zingiber officinale using subcritical water extraction and its characterization study. So for the abstract, subcritical water extraction is the most promising of the new green extraction and separation technology that has been deployed recently. Water below its critical point is referred to as subcritical water. Therefore, in this study, Curcuma longa, Curcuma xanthorrhiza, and Zingiber officinale was extracted through SWE. The properties of selected plant were also analyzed in terms of physical, chemical, and structural. Physical properties of the sample was studied through pH and color analysis. As for chemical properties, 3 analyses were performed, which are total phenolic content, anti-inflammatory activity, and antioxidant activity. Finally, for the structural analysis, the rhizomes extract were passed through FTIR analysis, and the FTIR spectrum analysis was studied for any functional group. All the extracts have safe value of pH for human consumption, and turmeric sample shows the highest B value due to the high amount of curcumin in the sample. To obtain high amount of phenol, 10 minutes is the best duration for extraction time during SWE operation. Turmeric also showed the best anti-inflammatory activity. As for the antioxidant analysis, turmeric again has the best antioxidant properties. The most prominent peaks in the FTIR spectrum analysis was identified as alkenes by the 2 peaks. Overall, Curcuma longa has shown the best health benefit compared to the other 2 extracts. Dah babu. Now I will explain the research background. Herbal plants have been employed in agriculture that has been in the globe since prehistoric times. The extraction of some of the herbal plants' parts, such as roots, leaves, flowers, and stems, have been found to be a natural remedy that can cure some diseases or ailments. As for the chosen plants for this research are Curcuma longa, Curcuma xanthorrhiza, and Zingiber officinale. Numerous Curcuma species and also Zingiber officinale are found predominantly to be native in Asia. These plants are found to be anti-allergic, anti-cancer, and also anti-inflammatory. In order for the plants to be exhibiting their healing properties, the bioactive compounds first need to be extracted. Bioactive compounds extracted through using traditional extraction procedures based on organic solvents may have negative consequences for the environment and food components. Next is the problem statement. The side effects prescription medicines are a primary cause of death. The reasons for this study is to introduce medicine based on ready and available natural products. Natural medicine can be proven to be as efficient as modern medicine and also be a safer alternative. Conventional extraction method proves to have some flaws such as long extraction time and also breakdown of bioactive compounds. Nowadays, various innovative green extraction and separation technologies were created to improve the plant extraction procedure. Now, we move on to the objectives of the research. The first objective is to optimize subcritical water extraction method of Curcuma species and Zingiber officinale. Next objective is to analyze the properties of Curcuma species and Zingiber officinale extract based on their physical, structural, and chemical properties. And for the final objective, it is to evaluate the efficiency of the extracts in terms of its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activities. Now, we are continuing with the methodology of this project. First of all, the raw material will be sampled and screening of the plant sample. After screening and cleaning, we will begin the extraction process of SWE. After getting the sample extraction that we needed, the first analysis that need to be conducted is pH analysis and also color analysis. The sample will be then move forward with finding its chemical properties for total phenolic content determination, anti-inflammatory activity through BSA denaturation, antioxidant through DPPH analysis. For the final analysis, the sample will be going through FTIR to determine the functional group presence inside of the sample. Moving on, we are continuing with result and discussion. For the first analysis that we have is color and pH analysis. For pH, Curcuma longa, the pH was highest when the sample was placed in subcritical condition for 15 minutes, while the lowest pH is when the sample is placed in subcritical condition for 20 minutes. As for Curcuma xanthorrhiza, the highest pH obtained was when the sample was placed in subcritical condition for 15 minutes, and the lowest pH was during 20 minutes. Finally, for Zingiber officinale, the highest pH obtained was when the sample was placed in subcritical condition for 20 minutes, and the lowest is for 5 minutes. As for color analysis, it can be seen that L value of plant extracts differ from each other even though some are from the same plant. This can be assumed that the duration of the sample being extracted in subcritical condition changes the physical properties of the sample. Sample with highest and lowest value of L are turmeric and temulawak at 10 minutes respectively. As for A value, most of the plants sample indicate a slight tendency to redness except for Curcuma longa 10 and Curcuma xanthorrhiza 15 have a slight tendency to greenness. For B value, all Curcuma longa sample show high yellowness followed by sample of Curcuma xanthorrhiza and then Zingiber officinale. Continuing on is the total phenolic content analysis. From this analysis, we can see that for each plant, they have the certain time that is best when they perform the best bioactive properties. As for total phenolic content for Curcuma longa, the result is the best when the sample is left in subcritical condition for 10 minutes. For Curcuma xanthorrhiza, the sample is also the best for 10 minutes. It is also the same for Zingiber officinale, which is also 10 minutes. As for anti-inflammatory activity, Curcuma longa shows the best when the sample was left in subcritical condition for 5 minutes. For Curcuma xanthorrhiza, the properties show the best when the sample was left in subcritical condition for 15 minutes. Following on with Zingiber officinale, the sample performed the best when it was left in subcritical condition for 10 minutes. Finally, for antioxidant activity, Curcuma longa performed the best when the sample was left in 5 minutes, and Curcuma xanthorrhiza was performed the best when it was left in subcritical condition for 20 minutes, and finally Zingiber officinale performed the best when it was left in subcritical condition for 10 minutes. The final analysis is FTIR. Even though all samples are different, their spectrum analysis shows the same peak and the same diagram, so it can be assumed that they all have the same components or functional groups. There are only two peaks, which is the first peak is at 3265, which it can be identified as CH group, which is the alkenes functional group, and the second peak, which is at 1638,000, it shows that C double bond C chemical bond, which is also identified as alkene. As conclusion, the physical, structural, and chemical properties of the 3 plant samples were successfully characterized. It can be seen that turmeric shows the highest content of bioactive compound, thus it being the better choice as organic ingredient to make any health supplement and also be used to make any medicine in the future. That's all from me. Thank you for your time. Assalamualaikum.